Hello guys, welcome to this video again. Let's start learning about C language, and let's start with arrays. So we have done about factorials, using functions and using repeating functions. So let's now start using arrays and strings. We have already used strings, but let's learn some more on arrays and strings, like iteration, like concatenation and stuff like that. Int main, or let's type void main. Let's type void main instead, because we do not have to return anything. So first of all, what is an array? You don't have to type this, but array is a collection of similar data types. Array is a collection of similar data types. So how do you declare an array? Well, you can declare an array by first type the data type, array name and size. Okay. First type the data type, just like we have given void, we can give int here for main. Just like that, we can also keep a data type for array and array name and its size, like how many items can it contain. Okay, so that's all. So let's start with an array. Int arr, and inside the square bracket add a size. Here there is size, and for size you can give any number of size as an integer. So let's give 5 itself. Don't forget to add the semicolon. So this is how you declare a array, and how to initialize an array, how to give value to an array. Well, you can give it as equal to the curly bracket and 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. That's all. That's how you give value to an array. Next up, we have to see uh, how to access the array elements. So each element is accessed with an index. By the way, you do not have to always give the size while giving this initialization. If you want, you can give it as arr or the array names, and like this. Okay, so let's run it and see if any error occurs. No error, so yeah, we are fine. Next, accessing array elements. How do we access it? We access it using index, starting from 0. So this item 10, its index is 0. This 20, its index is 1. This is 2, 3 and 4. This is the index of each of these elements. It starts with 0. So when you are calling an index of 0, you are calling this value 10, the first one. And if you are calling the index of 1, you are not calling 10, you are calling 20, because it starts with 0. Okay, so that's all. and let's start calling an index. Int number printf first number is %d /n arr 0. Inside the square bracket you can keep any value you like. For me, I'm keeping 0, the first element, which is 10, and you can keep 1 2 3 4, any element you like, don't go outside the array. The first number is 10. When you change this to, let's say, 3, you get 40. So that's how you do it. That's how you call a array element. Now, how do you modify an array element? Well, you can change the array elements by changing it like arr and let's say 0 equal to, let's say, 5. Okay, so we are changing the first element, which is having the index of 0. This way we kept 0 here, into the value of 5. We are assigning a value of 5. Okay, so run it. Okay, something is wrong. Yeah, we are right. It's just that 0 was not added here. Yeah, we got it right. The first number is 5 here, so the array has changed into 5. I mean, the value of 10 has been changed to the value of 5, and that's how you modify array elements. Now, iterating through an array using a for loop to print all the elements. So let's use for loop to print all the elements of an array. Okay, so let's cut this all out. Inside in main, let's write int num equal to don't have to forget the square bracket, right? And 10 20 30 40 and 50. That's all. And now we are going to type size or length. Int size equal to size of num slash size of num of 0. This is to calculate the array size. So for int I equal to 0, I less than size, I plus plus, that is iteration, which is adding a value. If you haven't watched the for loop, you can go back to the previous video and watch it. It's really easy, not very hard. So just write print %d/n num of I, that is index of the array. I is the index and I is first 0, and each time the for loop goes on, the index increases by 1 because there is plus 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 means 1 is getting increased. That's all. And let's run it. We got it 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 in a for loop. So that's how you use the for loop. And one sec. So why did we use this size of num of 0? So I just looked it up. So the reason is size of numbers gives total size of array in bytes, and size of number of 0 gives size of one element in the array. That is the total number of bytes. Let's say it is like 1000 bytes and each of the element is 100 byte. Then size of one element is 100 byte. Then divide 1000 by 100. What do you get? 10. That means there is 10 elements. That's how we can explain it. So I guess you all understood it. That's all. And let's move on to multiple dimension arrays, 2D arrays. So 2D arrays is basically like matrix. If you have studied maths, you might know what a matrix is. Let's cancel that. Now let's write int matrix. You have to give two square bracket, one for row and column, equal to inside the curly bracket create another curly bracket, and inside that enter the values. Yeah, that's all. So we have created a 2 row and 3 column matrix. So this is how you create a matrix. In order to access the elements in a matrix or a what do you call a 2D array, you have to use printf %d comma matrix and give the row and column. So let's say first row and second column. First row, it means this one, and second column, which means this one. So it should be 2. Okay, we got an error. So yeah, here it is. Okay, the output should be 6 itself. There is no mistake in that. Uh, let's change the values. Let's make it 0 here. We got 4. So this starts with 0. So if we type 2, let's see what happens. It doesn't exist, so it just goes on. In order to access the first row, we might have to use 0, and in order to use the first column, we have to use 0, so it should be 1. Yeah, so that's how you print a matrix. So start from 0 and start from 0, that's all. That was one mistake that I made, and that's all. Now in strings, let's start writing about strings. Char, that is for character. Str equal to hello. This is one way of writing a string, and yeah, we can also write it like this: str1 of h e l, each in this quotes, but you have to end it with /0 because that's necessary. And yeah, let's print it. So printf /s str, and also printf /n str1. Let's print it both. Hello, hello. So we got both of it as hello. So this is the same as writing this. So just do it. Now let's read strings with scanf and gets. Let's read strings with scanf itself. Let's not get too complicated. Char name 50. We have just declared a variable. Printf, enter your name. Scanf %s and comma your name. So what this does is it takes your input and it declares it to your name. Okay, it declares it towards this variable name, and then print f hello %s and name. Remember that we used to use %d for the integers, but for strings we are using %s. Okay, and this %s will get replaced by the value of name, this variable name. And what is the value of variable name? It is the value that we have given in scanf, that is input. So let's run it. Let's type name. Let's type ABC name. It says hello ABC name. So that's all about the basics of strings. Now let's see about some more basics, like the length of the string. For length of string you can write length equal to strlen of name okay, we do not need scanf, right? Okay, we need it. So hi length equal to, that's all. Yeah, we haven't typed the this thing, percent lu. For length we are using lu, and let's run it. Hi length is 2, so we got it there. And hello 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 5. So that's all, and that's how you print the length. Next we have to learn about concatenation. So how do you spell concatenation in letters? Concatenation. Okay. Yeah. So how do you do concatenation? That is the addition of strings. So you can add two different strings into one. That is called concatenation. And in order to do that, you can use, let's say, let's create a string here. Char a equal to hello. Let's concatenate it by using this CA. Let's write another character. Char b equal to, not equal to, let's just declare it. Let's give it a size of, let's say, 50. And then let's write percentage here. str. In order to concatenate, you have to use, just like we used strlen for finding length, we have to use strcat for concatenation, which concatenates, for example, string 1 inside the bracket comma string 2, then it concatenates string 2 to string 1. That's how we do it. So let's write strcat. String 1 is name, and string 2 is a. That's all. Let's remove this scanf from here and this thing as well. Let's not make it too complicated. Yeah, that's all. Now let's assign this to character B. Okay, this is length. We are not talking about length here. Let's see what wrong we did there. Nothing much. So let me just check it once. Oh, I did a mistake. So mistake was I shouldn't use. I do not have to use this B here, and also this became an array, which is wrong. And we do not have B, so let's type name. So this is the code that is corrected, and in that we have written, yeah, hash include string.h is needed here, and we have given a as name and char a is hello, and we have given strcat that is concatenation, and then we have printed it here. Again it says buffer overflow. So this error happens because it's nice to have this error because we can also learn. So this error happens because we cannot allocate enough. We did not allocate enough space. So in order to do that, you have to first give it space. For example, here 20. Yeah, we got it right. That's because we did not have enough space. For example, the name array is only 4 bytes long and it cannot store hey hello. So that's the reason that we could not concatenate. That's why we had the errors. This error. So that's all, guys. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like and share with your friends. It was a big hard video to make, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.